Once in a quiet rural town in the Midwest, there lived a young boy named Ethan Parker. His family was struggling. Most nights, their kitchen table had little more than a bowl of soup, and some evenings, the Parker family went to bed hungry. Ethan loved learning, but his mind was restless, jumping from one thought to another. His heart often felt heavy, weighed down by the harsh reality surrounding him. Every night, before drifting to sleep on the worn mattress he shared with his younger brother, Ethan asked himself, "Why is my life so hard? Why do I feel trapped in this cycle?" His mother, a gentle woman with kind eyes, would place her hand on his shoulder and say, "Son, life is like fire. If you approach it with fear, it will burn you. But if you learn to control it, that same fire can warm you and light your path." Ethan never fully understood what she meant. One crisp autumn afternoon, a traveling mentor came to town. People said he had helped countless young people who felt lost or hopeless. The townsfolk called him Mr. Sullivan, an elderly man with silver hair and eyes that seemed to see straight into your soul. Ethan's mother, sensing that her son needed guidance, took him to meet Mr. Sullivan and explained Ethan's struggles. Mr. Sullivan studied Ethan carefully and handed him a small, flickering candle. "Walk across this dark hallway," he said, "and keep this flame alive. If it goes out, you'll have to start over." Ethan, eager to prove himself, gripped the candle and stepped forward. At first, he thought it would be easy. But as he heard laughter from outside, felt the breeze brushing against his face, or caught his reflection in the dark walls, his attention wavered. The candle flickered and died. Over and over, he tried. Every time, he failed. After countless attempts, Ethan paused. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and decided to focus solely on the candle. He ignored the sounds, the distractions, and even the fear. Step by step, he moved forward. And for the first time, the flame remained steady. He reached the end of the hall with the candle still burning. "Mr. Sullivan smiled warmly. "This flame," he said, "is like your mind. The darkness around you is your suffering. If you chase every distraction in life, your flame, your focus, will go out again and again. But if you protect it, nurture it, and give it your full attention, no darkness can snuff it out." That night, Ethan lay in bed, the words echoing in his mind. "Pain is part of life," Mr. Sullivan had said, "but suffering is created when we let our minds run wild." And for the first time, Ethan felt something awaken inside him, a quiet determination to protect the light within. The next morning, Ethan began to reshape his life. He woke before sunrise, splashed his face with cold water, and promised himself to study with complete attention. Each day, he wrote down one small goal and completed it before allowing himself any distractions. In the evenings, he spent 10 minutes meditating, focusing on his breath and calming his restless thoughts. At first, it was difficult. His mind wandered, and some nights, exhaustion and doubt brought tears to his eyes. But every time his thoughts drifted, he visualized the candle from Mr. Sullivan's hall, steady and bright, and gently brought his attention back. Weeks became months, and months became years. Slowly, Ethan's focus strengthened. His memory improved, his grades rose, and even though his family remained poor, he no longer felt powerless. He had discovered a strength that money could never buy: discipline, patience, and control over his mind. As Ethan grew older, he began applying his focus to small tasks. He helped at the local hardware store, learning the trade and mastering skills. He repaired old bicycles, fixed broken appliances, and slowly earned the trust of his neighbors. Every act, no matter how small, he approached with complete attention. Eventually, Ethan launched a small repair business from his garage. People in town marveled at his dedication and skill. From repairing radios and lawnmowers to eventually opening a modest electronics store, his reputation grew. Those who once doubted him began to seek him out for advice and service. Years later, Ethan's business had expanded across several towns. He employed dozens of young people who, like him, had once felt lost. He became a mentor, teaching them that discipline and focus were the keys to mastering life's challenges. One evening, standing in his shop surrounded by tools and blinking electronics, Ethan's mother looked at him with tears in her eyes. "Son," she whispered, Now I understand. You have turned your suffering into light, and that light has illuminated not only your path, but the paths of others. Ethan smiled, remembering the candle, the dark hallway, and Mr. Sullivan's words. He realized that life would always bring hardships, poverty, failures, heartbreaks, but suffering only takes hold when we lose control of our minds. Protect the flame within, and the world cannot dim your light. From that day forward, Ethan Parker was no longer the boy wandering in darkness. He became a symbol of hope, proof that with focus, discipline, and faith in oneself, even the deepest struggles can be transformed into greatness. So, my friends, remember this. Your mind is your candle, and life is the darkness around it. Focus on the flame. Protect it. Feed it with courage, consistency, and patience. Even when the world shouts distractions and doubts, let your inner light guide your path. For it is in protecting that light that suffering fades and success shines.